many times visiting Dallas, I have finally made a stop by at Tactical Fleet. This is Tactical Fleet's Dallas location. This is their biggest location. They have a location in California, Charlotte, and good old Texas. This massive car showroom that makes you feel like you're at a private hangar dedicated to just cars. Now here's a supercar from the early 2000s, a 2006 Mercedes SLR McLaren. This is a supercar that was designed between McLaren and Mercedes. This is when they were partners in F1 and they decided to turn a concept into a real supercar. The cool thing about the Mercedes SLR McLaren is that I've actually been to so many car shows, so many car dealerships, and I've never seen it. I've only played it in video games. I remember back in 2006 when I used to play Need for Speed Most Wanted. Here's two Aventador SVJs, and this matte black one, I really like this one because it literally screams that this is Bruce Wayne's Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. Now this beautiful red Ferrari is a 458 Speciale and it costs around $600,000, and then I see this black one that's priced at $900,000 and they look almost very similar. They almost look like the same car, right? Well, the black one is actually a Speciale Aperta, which only had 499 produced, so it's more of a collector's car. So it's almost worth at $1 million, which I thought it was crazy because they're almost nearly identical cars. Now here's a Huracan STO, and look how massive this showroom is. Whenever I walked in, I just couldn't believe how big it is. I think this is the biggest showroom I've been to so far. There's so many Ferraris, so many Lamborghinis, so many Porsches. They have all kinds of varieties of different supercars here. It's like if you don't like one, they're gonna find you another one that you're gonna like and drive out of here with. This gray Ferrari here is an 812 and the one beside it is also an 812, and they're both V12 powered front engine rear wheel drive supercars, and compared to the Ferrari 488 or the 458 as well, they're both V8. So that's a special thing about the 812, that it comes with the V12 and it sounds amazing. Now here's some Lamborghini Huracans and some Aventadors. I like how they organize the colors from burgundy, red to orange and yellow to make it look like Skittles candy. Now the funny thing about seeing all these colors in Lamborghini is that I think I've seen every single Lamborghini Aventador and Huracan color. And this red Huracan here is actually one of my favorite. If I had to pick between all the Aventadors right here and the Huracans, I would pick that red one. Here's two more Lamborghini Huracans, a matte black one and another red one, and a red Ferrari F8 Tributo, and another black Ferrari 488 here. They have so many Ferraris here. I think they have more Ferraris than the actual Boardwalk Ferrari location. As I'm walking by, I see so many Lamborghinis, so many Ferraris, and I start thinking, where's the McLarens? I don't see any McLarens here. And as I think that, I start hearing a really loud car zooming by. And guess what? It's a McLaren 600 LT. That was a surprise. It was really nice seeing a McLaren just flying by through this huge showroom. And here's an Audi R8 and a Mercedes SLS AMG. This is actually my first SLS AMG. This is the one where the doors go up, the gull-wing doors. Yeah, this is that. Now, when it comes to looks, personally, I would pick the AMG GT over the SLS, even though you're probably paying more for this. But I think the AMG GT is just a perfectly nailed down design. It just looks good from every angle. It sounds good. It drives well. It has a great interior. And I think that even after 20, 30 years, it's still going to look good. Now here's a lot of cars on lifts, and I'm thinking, are they cars that they just got in and they need to be fixed up to be ready for sale, or are those personal cars that people are just storing here? Now I find it funny that they put the Rolls Royces and the Bentleys together. It seems like they're kind of having a different age group with the ones in the back. It's like the younger buyers in the front and then the older ones in the back. And here's some Porsches, some Porsche 911s, and here's a Porsche 911 GT3. And this one I actually saw at Tactical Fleet in Charlotte. And the funny thing about this blue one is that I've seen it at Lamborghini Charlotte, I've seen it at McLaren Charlotte, and it's been bouncing around a lot. And I think the reason why is that someone will buy it, or maybe it's just going dealership to dealership, but it's not selling well. It seems like it's just sitting around a lot, Here's a Land Rover Defender. I think that's what it is. I don't really know too much about Land Rovers, but I thought this one looks really cool. Definitely stands out. And here's an Aston Martin DBX right beside a white Lamborghini Urus. And if you look side by side, I'd definitely pick the Lamborghini Urus all day, every day over the Aston Martin. I think the Aston Martin DBX looks more like a Hyundai product or a Genesis product over something that's in the $300,000 like figure. It just doesn't look like it's worth that much. Here's a Porsche 911 GT3 RS in this perfect electric green color. I love each angle of this car. Here's two more Porsche 911s. They're both cabriolets.